Yeah, well, this was a big bust. We're talking 11 alleged gang members, including 6 leaders of the Hoover criminal street gang, now indicted on these really disturbing charges.
What's the word? Let's get straight to it. Look, we got P4K from the Baby Stone Gorillas arrested in the Hoover crib, however you want to put it, trafficking RICO Act by the feds, right? Because in California, we don't have state RICO. You know what I mean? But, you know what I mean? This is how that becomes a Hoover RICO Act has other gang members in it. Because where it's popping at on Fig, where they be at on Fig, where it's popping at for them on Fig is in Hoover territory, right? So I'm guessing allegedly P4, you know, whatever, you know, the P4K do whatever, you know, that's his name. I'm gonna say his name. You know what I mean? I'm guessing P4 was heavily messing with that area when he was down and around, allegedly, right? This is what the feds are saying. You know, we don't solve cases. We just do the update on what's going on, right? But from what I'm hearing is he was real close to the female Lady Duck, allegedly, who is the main one getting told on in this case. This is what they saying. You know what I mean? So they saying, this is what the streets saying, this is what they saying. This is what she the main one getting told on in this case. She baby lightweight, not baby lightweight. She's labeled the ringleader, allegedly. You know what I mean? And P4, that's who he messed with tough, the chick, right? So, I guess one time he was getting pressed on camera, he was with that chick in the car, right? She was recording or whatever. But long story short, short story even longer, he got a news clipping telling y'all a little bit of what the feds talking about. We got the
sex trafficking bust. Several suspected gang members arrested, accused of forcing young girls into prostitution. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for being with us. You're watching LA Live News Tonight. I'm Marla Tejas.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christine Devine. Federal prosecutors here in LA say this is the first major takedown of a sex trafficking operation on that infamous Figueroa Street.
Fox 11's Chelsea Edwards spoke to the acting top prosecutor in our area about this bust, and she's live in Westwood tonight. Chelsea?
Yeah, well, this was a big bust. We're talking 11 alleged gang members, including 6 leaders of the Hoover criminal street gang, now indicted on these really disturbing charges. Take a look at some video. These are images that were mentioned in the indictment, things that they posted to social media. Prosecutors say the gang recruited girls as young as 14 years old, many of them runaways or kids from the foster care system. Federal officials say those victims were regularly raped and drugged, all while being forced into prostitution. The alleged ringleader, a 25-year-old woman named Amaya Armstead, who goes by Lady Duck. Prosecutors say she and her co-defendants acted as pimps, using social media to recruit vulnerable teens and young adults, then controlling them through violence, drugs, and intimidation. According to the indictment, victims who disobeyed were assaulted, humiliated, they were denied food or drugs, and in some cases, branded with tattoos of their traffickers' street names.
I mean, these guys were prolific. They were the ones recruiting these young women and children. They're ones out there selling them. They were out there enforcing by beating up these women and drugging them and raping them. And so today we're getting the worst of the worst people off the street, and there should be an impact on the community very quickly.
Federal prosecutors say the group controlled sex trafficking along a 3.5-mile section of Figueroa Street in South LA, known as the Figueroa Corridor, and they've been in control from February of 2021 until now. Tonight, we sat down with...
Now, I keep seeing a lot of people saying the Olympics is coming, but if you do your Googles, you know, just all through California, well, really Southern California, Northern California too, don't get it messed up, but really the main hubs is Southern California. The feds go crazy with human, you feel me, with the trafficking laws, you feel me, with trafficking. You know what I mean? It used to just be pimping and pandering, but when they boosted it to human trafficking, you feel me, that's when it got real crazy, because that's crossing state lines and drug use and all that comes into play, other than just you having somebody do illegal things and give you money, right? Or somebody doing illegal things and giving them money. Now it comes to trafficking. So now it's like always gonna be the law's always gonna be on the female side when it come to that. So the crime for the female is just a ticket. You know what I mean? If that, you know what I mean? Because really they only give tickets for indecent exposure, you know, when they ain't wearing really nothing, or loitering and trespassing. So ever since they took the loitering and trespassing laws away from California, then it's a lot more females outside in a lot of places that was used to be shut down, right? But, or not so popping. It's popping outside. So if you know the game, then you know you're supposed to move around. You don't really sit where you at too much, like where you from too much. But a lot of people get comfortable. You know what I mean? A lot of people get comfortable. They scared to leave their comfort zone. They don't travel 2 hours out, 3 hours out, you know, so they won't, you know, shit where they eat. You know what I mean? People get so comfortable, like, man, I'm staying right here where I'm from. We'll catch a case right here. I'll be right down the street from where I'm from, in jail, whatever, right, whatever. But when the feds get involved, you know, the feds ship you out to wherever they want to ship you out to. You know what I mean? That's when it gets critical. So when it comes to the state, yeah, the state, they might do a little stings here and there, you know what I mean? But that's mainly for the Johns, the tricks, you know what I mean? And trying to find underage females, you know what I mean? And if they could catch some ism up, if they could catch a pimp up in the meantime, while that's going on, and yeah, they gonna do that too. But that's not really what they looking for, but that's not really what they own. You know what I mean? They own the Johns, underage females, you know what I mean? And clearing up the streets at certain times, you know what I mean? So when the feds get involved, yeah, I hear people saying the Olympics or whatever, but like I said, if you Google, they always get involved when it comes to street workers in the street, you feel me, the game, you feel me, in this thing, yipping and yawing, you feel me? They gonna always get involved because it went from imping and pandering to human trafficking, you feel me? And them laws are stiff, you feel me? It go from yipping and pandering, that's like 2 to 4, you know what I mean? Just depending on what it kind of, you know what I mean? Just the basic, you know what I mean? Not too much in it, no minors involved, not too much in it. But the human trafficking, that could come with 25 to life, you feel me? So you can get from anywhere from 0 to 25 to life, you know what I mean? When it come to that, you can get probation, you can get 25 to life when it comes to the human trafficking. That's why the feds get involved. Them is a lot of numbers, you know what I mean? And it's money involved. So it's not like it's just you a mass murderer, unaliving people. You just a petty theft, whatever, just or domestic violence type of person. Nah, this is like, they say it's like an organization. Then it's more than one person with the same mentality on the same scheme doing it for the same reasons, for the same gang. So that's why it's gonna be kind of tricky putting the P4 dude in there with the Hoovers, because he's not from Hoover. I mean, but if they just saying he's tapped in with her because of these phone calls, they're gonna have to prove that he's from Hoover, or it ain't gonna look too good on them if they on some, this is a Hoover criminal indictment and not just a human trafficking indictment. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think at the end, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Hit that notification bell, stay tapped in.